Have you ever walked back home after a long, exhausting day, put your familiar key into the lock, and suddenly felt a chilling emptiness? In the past, just hearing your car engine at the end of the alley or the metallic click of the door handle was enough to send a noisy furball rushing out to greet you. The sound of claws clicking rapidly on the tile floor, the sharp barks overflowing with excitement, the tail wagging so hard it seemed like it might fly off their body, those sounds used to be your most familiar welcome symphony. But today the door opens, and all that waits for you is a heavy silence. The house feels unusually large and quiet. It takes a moment for your eyes to adjust to the dim light and search the room before you finally spot your little friend curled up on their old cushion in the far corner. Their ears twitch slightly, their tail thumps softly against the floor 2 or 3 times as a weak, fragile greeting, and then they remain completely still. In that split second, your heart probably skips a beat. You walk over, gently stroke their fur, that is now heavily dusted with silver, look deep into their slightly cloudy eyes, and suddenly realize a heartbreaking truth. Your forever baby, the one who used to chase butterflies for hours, has finally surrendered to the cruel passage of time. They have started to grow old. Most of us, when faced with this sudden quiet change, often brush it off and tell ourselves that maybe old dogs are just lazier, that they have naturally slowed down and no longer care about running around to welcome us. But you know what? The truth hidden deep inside that slowly failing biological vessel is far more complex and deeply emotional. Your dog is not lazy at all, and the profound love they have for you has never diminished, not even by a single drop. Behind that motionless state, behind those seemingly vacant and distant eyes, lies an entire biological defense system working overtime, and countless subtle signals they are desperately trying to hide, so you will not worry. But the real reason they no longer run to the door to greet you is the very thing that should make us pause and rethink how we love this aging companion. Many dog owners fall into a state of deep disappointment or even mild resentment when they see their beloved pet becoming increasingly stubborn, ignoring calls, or seemingly pulling away into the shadows. We so easily project complex human emotions onto them, assuming that the strong pack bond we shared for years has simply faded away, that they no longer consider us the center of their universe. From the perspective of animal neuroscience and evolutionary physiology, this thought is a profound misunderstanding. For dogs, the instinct of pack bonding is akin to a religion, and you are the absolute center of their world. No matter their physical age, the burning desire to be near you, to press their warm nose against your leg, remains in every single beat of their weakening heart. So why do they lie so impossibly still when you arrive? Try to imagine inside that small, delicate body, a silent deterioration is happening every single second of every single day. The skeletal system that was once so flexible, allowing them to sprint and catch a frisbee mid-air across the green grass, is now drying up. The vital lubricating fluid in their joints is depleting rapidly. The soft cartilage cushioning their vertebrae wears down, giving way to a dull, aching pain that radiates along their spine every single time they try to shift their weight or change position. Their muscles atrophy, losing their original spring and elasticity. On top of all this, their hearing, which was once so incredibly acute it could distinguish the exact sound of your car tires from thousands of others on the noisy street, is now fading away like an old radio losing its frequency. They can no longer hear your familiar footsteps approaching from a distance. It is only when the front door actually swings open, and a sudden draft of fresh air carries your distinct scent into the living room, that they finally realize you are home. In that very moment, their mind is screaming with joy, wanting to rush to you, wanting to jump up and lick your face just like the good old days, but their physical body has become a heavy cage trapping their willpower. The aching sharp pain from their hind joints and the stiff rigidness of their spine make simply standing up a monumental, agonizing challenge. They choose to stay put, giving a gentle wag of the tail, not because they are indifferent, but because they are meticulously calculating every tiny bit of remaining energy they possess. They accept the physical limitations of their own body with a quiet dignity. Their absence at the door is not a sign of apathy, but a heartbreaking testament, showing that just to survive another day in this world, and to see you smile one more time, they have had to overcome the harshest biological limits imaginable. And have you ever, in the quiet hours of the evening, caught your dog standing completely still in the middle of the house? Sometimes they just stand there frozen like a statue, with their head bowed low, or they lie flat on the rug, staring blankly at an empty space on the wall. Calling their name brings no reaction, waving your hand in front of their face only earns a slow, delayed blink. That distant, cloudy gaze often makes us feel a deep sense of dread and anxiety, as if their spirit is drifting away in some other dimension entirely. We often misinterpret this motionless trance as a sign of cognitive decline or severe depression, but if we look closer into those cloudy eyes, we will see something entirely different. As dogs age, their retinas undergo significant degeneration, and conditions like cataracts begin to form, covering their beautiful bright eyes with a thick milky veil that resembles the morning mist. When their vision is no longer sharp, and the world around them becomes a blur of indistinguishable shapes, they naturally transition into a state of deliberate immobility. This is not confusion, but a highly sophisticated method of low-frequency nonverbal communication. Instead of relying on their failing eyesight, they are now utilizing their entire physical body to sense the microscopic vibrations traveling through the floorboards. They are feeling the rhythmic thud of your footsteps. They are actively sweeping the air with their sensitive noses to catch the familiar, comforting scent of your skin. They are reading the subtle changes in the room's air currents to determine exactly where you are standing. Their gaze slows down profoundly simply because they are no longer looking with their eyes alone. They are seeing you through a complex sensory web of smell, hearing, and tactile vibration. And then there is the sleep. The most dramatic change you will notice is not just how they behave when they are awake, but how they completely surrender to the heavy pull of sleep. An aging dog sleeps constantly. Sometimes they sleep so deeply that you might find yourself nervously placing a trembling hand on their ribcage just to make sure they are still breathing. From a neurological standpoint, this is a fascinating and crucial survival mechanism. As their biological clock winds down, the brain waves of a senior dog change drastically. Their aging brain requires significantly more time to successfully enter the restorative REM sleep cycle. This deep sleep phase is absolutely vital because it is the only time their body can efficiently repair damaged cellular structures, flush out neurotoxins, and reduce the chronic inflammation burning within their aging joints. When you see your beloved companion retreating to a dark, quiet corner of the house under a table or behind the sofa to sleep, they are not trying to isolate themselves from the family. They are instinctively protecting their fragile state, preserving their rapidly depleting energy reserves, and fighting a silent internal battle to heal their aching body. Every breath they take while curled up in that tight little ball is a testament to their endurance. The hormonal shifts in their brain mean that the serotonin and dopamine levels do not spike as easily as they used to when a tennis ball is thrown across the yard. Instead, their neurochemistry now rewards calmness. They find their greatest joy and biological satisfaction in simply existing in the same room as you, even if they are fast asleep. The mere sound of you typing on your keyboard or the gentle hum of the television in the background provides them with an immense sense of security. They are absorbing your presence passively. This is the ultimate form of trust. In the wild, an injured or aging animal would be in constant danger of predation, but in your home, they feel safe enough to completely power down their failing senses and rest their weary bones. This realization should fundamentally shift the way we perceive and interact with our senior pets. We have grown so accustomed to loving the chaotic, boundless energy of a young puppy. We expect the playful bites, the endless games of fetch, and the constant demand for attention, but caring for a senior dog requires a completely different kind of love. It demands a quiet, profound patience and a deeply rooted empathy. We must stop trying to drag them back into our fast-paced, chaotic human world. Instead, we need to slow down our own rhythm. We need to willingly step into their quiet, foggy universe. Sit down next to them on the floor, gently stroke their resting head, and let them know that it is perfectly okay to be tired. It is a profound privilege to witness the twilight years of a dog. It is a time when the superficial layers of excitement fade away, leaving only the purest, distilled essence of unconditional love. When you gently massage their stiff shoulders, you are speaking a language older than words. You are communicating through the ancient primal bond of touch. The oxytocin, the powerful bonding hormone, still floods their brain and yours in these quiet moments of shared vulnerability. Even if their memory occasionally falters, even if their vision is clouded by the heavy veil of time and their legs can no longer support their weight, your familiar scent and the gentle warmth of your hand will always remain their ultimate anchor, keeping them safely tethered to this life. They might not be able to jump into your arms anymore, but the soft resting of their chin against your shoe speaks volumes of a love that has transcended physical boundaries. If you currently have an aging, four-legged friend resting softly in your home, please cherish every single quiet moment you have left with them. Take a moment today to just sit with them in the silence. Give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel Mindful Paws if you truly believe that every senior dog deserves to live out their golden years surrounded by infinite patience, love, and dignity. Please take a moment to share your own beautiful, heartwarming, or even heartbreaking stories about your aging pets in the comments section below. Have you noticed their eyes changing or their steps slowing down? Your personal experiences and the love you share could bring immense comfort and guidance to another pet parent who is quietly navigating the exact same emotional journey. The bond we share with them is a universal language of healing. In our next episode, we will explore a much more concerning and confusing behavior that many senior dog owners face. What does it actually mean when your elderly dog starts pacing aimlessly around the house in the middle of the night, getting stuck behind furniture, or barking relentlessly at completely empty corners in the dark? Could our dogs actually suffer from a form of Alzheimer's disease just like humans do? The scientific answer will shock you, and it will fundamentally change the way you protect them in their final years. Do not miss it.